Madam Web is a truly dynamic character.
Hi, it's Cassie Webb.
When you first meet Cassie, she is a paramedic in New York City and doesn't really let people in.
You have a winning personality. I guess I got yours by mistake.
And then things take quite a turn.
Cassie!
When Cassie begins to experience her clairvoyance, she thinks she's losing her mind.
This is an emergency. Get off the train.
In this one moment, Cassie connects all three of their lives.
That man is trying to kill you.
Madam Web's powers are really interesting. She's able to see into the future.
And because she's able to see it, she's able to prevent it.
Let's try that again.
It's really interesting how it plays on fate or destiny. You don't think this is weird? How we're all connected?
It's honestly like the least weird thing that's happened all day.
Madam Web is the worst superhero movie of all time. The premiere happened yesterday and everyone saw it seems to agree. The plot was confusing and jumbled, not to mention that the dialogue is supposedly unbearable. The editing was horrible. The action scenes were very boring, which I don't know how you do that in a Spider-Man movie. And while all the actors in the movie are notoriously great, because of the weak script they weren't able to shine. And while there are a few moments where the humor peeks through, or we get to see a Spider-Man suit for 2 minutes, overall the movie is bad. And as usual has a typical forgettable villain. On the plus side though, people seem to be saying it's so bad that it's almost good, and that there will be many memes coming out of this movie. The Madam Web drama keeps on getting even more hilarious, because it's being reported that we're gonna see the origin for Uncle Ben's "with great power comes great responsibility" line. But instead of it sounding like this, they are rewriting it to "when you take responsibility, you will gain powerful abilities." Which, my gosh, that's even worse than the Amazing Spider-Man one. And to make it even more hilarious, it's heavily rumored that Uncle Ben is gonna get this iconic, inspiring line from a fortune cookie. I don't know about you guys, but I am so excited for this movie. It's gonna be hilarious.
How would you know if you could climb a wall if you've never tried?
So I have a rule when it comes to bad movies. If you're a boring bad movie, there is no forgiveness. But if you're a funny bad movie, then we can have a good time with it. And I've been seeing all of these reviews on TikTok, and I know you guys have been seeing it about Madam Web, and everybody is just dog walking this movie. But for a second, don't take this movie so seriously, guys. It is a funny bad movie. I had a lot of fun watching this movie. Is it cringy? Yes. Is some of the acting kind of bad? Oh, most definitely. Is the story all there? Not really. Some spoilers upcoming, so you've been warned. So I'm going to talk about some of the things that I liked actually, and not just kind of in a funny bad kind of way. Starting off with Ezekiel, he was kind of like an evil Spider-Man type character in this movie. I really enjoyed whenever he was in the costume, when he was hunting them down. It wasn't a lot of the scenes, but when it happened, I was like, this idea of like an evil Spider-Man hunting people down in New York is amazing. The whole ending where she like starts like getting her future sight powers and is like, I knew that was gonna happen. No, that's not your future. That was hilarious. The whole Spider Clan people, oh my god, when they threw her in the pool and she like told her mom, why do you hate me? There is enjoyment to be found in this movie, guys. If you guys don't want to pay a ticket price, just wait until it's streaming or when it's like free on TikTok live. I don't know. But I did have a good time with this movie, and I'm not going to continue that trend of just shitting on this movie. But let me know what you guys think about this, and as always, please follow for more.
Hot. That's all I'm gonna say. Hot.
Did you have a good time? Dude, I love that movie. Very first scene, this 9-month pregnant woman in the middle of the Amazon jungle looking at a spider web. And she's like, this is a spider web, all right? Some dude that she hires comes up to her, and she could not be ruder to him. Thank you for the umbrella. Get out of my face. This dude hasn't even done anything yet. No wonder he murdered those people, dude.
If the dude has a gun, give him the spider! Give him the spider! Dude, you can find another one! Oh, this spider venom has the ability to supercharge your genes. And then the dude is like, oh, like the spider people? And she goes, don't be absurd. You just said this is a diner at 9 p.m. on a Tuesday. You can't be dancing on the table to Britney Spears is toxic. And they just kept getting up there. They do one girl got up there, then another girl got up there, then all three get off the table. Two stolen cars in this movie. The same amount of times that she drowns in this movie. Learn how to swim. You're a first responder. He's a woman who doesn't care about people at all. A first responder. Join the IRS. Don't be a fire person. She's in a wheelchair. She's blind. The firework only hit the right side of her face. Why is she fully blind? She's faking it. That's why she could not possibly be blind. She's not even blind. But what is the correlation with her legs? And then she has the audacity to be like, I've never seen more clearly. You are lying! You are covering your face! There's literally a piece of metal on top of your eyes. I do not believe you!
I am not exaggerating when I say Madame Web might be the dumbest film ever created, so here's my thoughts on the best and worst parts of the movie. The first problem with this is it's literally not a superhero movie. Nobody's in suits, there's no powers the entire movie besides her being able to see like 5 minutes into the future. The only actual superhero action scenes in this movie are the ones showcased in the trailer. Because this movie is essentially just a 2-hour origin story for Madame Web, like Sony thinks they're actually going to get a sequel out of this somehow. We need to go back to the days where superhero movies just started with them already being a hero and just doing badass things. It's way more fun to watch than a 2-hour origin story. Do not even get me started on this villain. He actively ruins every single scene he's in. Whatever voice this guy's doing is just so comically bad, and his lines are so badly ADR'd, it sounds like he just recorded them on his phone and sent them in. The editing is atrocious in this movie, but the sad part is it seems like it was intentionally done because they thought it was going to be a cool effect with her powers, but it ends up just becoming almost unwatchable during those scenes. Adam Scott is essentially just sleepwalking through this movie as Uncle Ben. I think he has some funny moments actually with Dakota Johnson, but they're funny in the way that the lines are so terrible you can't help but laugh. And am I the only person that didn't know Emma Roberts was in this movie? This is so surprising to me. Now, I actually do think Dakota Johnson was kind of fun in this role. Now, there are obviously moments where she just completely phoned it in, but I can't really blame her. And the final scene of this movie was so dumb I actually laughed out loud in the theaters. 1.5 out of 5 stars.